This is the Zoom65, and it's a keyboard that I've wanted to build for a very long time, and I was kind of looking at the Zoom75 when I decided to build my first keyboard. However, it was in the middle of their group buy, and I didn't really want to wait, and so I got something else, and I regret that decision. Now, the Zoom keyboard by Mellitrix is a keyboard that I believe punches way above its weight class in terms of quality and experience, and is mostly held back due to its limited stock and the fact that each run relies on a group buy. I managed to pick this up from an overstock sale with Canon keys, and luckily they had exactly the spec that I wanted. The Zoom65 is around $199, so it's not the cheapest board, and with switches and keycaps you could be looking at anywhere between a $300 build or even $400 depending on what you got for it. This for me throws it solidly in the low mid-tier range of keyboards. The Zoom65 is all aluminum, and it comes with an external weight and this really gorgeous backplate, which has this really cool gradient that matches the color of the keyboard. The aluminum weight that comes with the keyboard comes with their Zoom logo engraved on it, and you can choose from a variety of colors and finishes. I chose the anodized gold option because, well, that's all they had in stock. I also chose the anodized gold knob because that's also just what they had in stock. The Zoom65 comes with their carrying case, which honestly I really like a lot. In the carrying case you get the keyboard itself, some small packs which contain things like the battery, the stabilizers, screws and an Allen key, silicone feet, and the gasket socks. In the pouch above you get the PCB, the PC plate, a coiled USB-C cable, and a foam pack. For switches today, we're going to be using the HMS macaron switches. These are new linear that just came out, and I have to say that these are probably my favorite switches I've ever used. For keycaps, we're going with the Akko Mars Green. These are double shot ABS, and I went with these because I wanted to go with a slightly more clacky build rather than like something more thocky. Not to mention the color scheme and the green, they all just kind of work together. I wanted to start first with the PCB and the stabilizers. Now here's something that I think really needs to be said, and I don't really see this on any other videos that talk about the Zoom65. If you get a pack of Wu-Chase stabilizers and they come in this box and come pre-assembled, just stick them in the PCB. I made the mistake of lubing them, and when I put everything together, they were super sluggish and mushy and didn't feel good at all. So definitely don't lube these. I think these basically come, as you should install these. That being said, I ended up not really going with these stabilizers. I just didn't really like how they felt. Instead, I went with the Owl Stabs V2. I really like these stabilizers as the hole where the wire goes in is a bit smaller than normal and acts sort of like a built-in Holy mod. To be perfectly honest, I don't think I'm going to go back to any other stabilizers. Once the stabilizers were in, I added the PCB foam, then the plate foam, and then the PC plate. I still wanted a little bit of tone shaping as I didn't want to go full clack, and I wanted a nice round bottom end to the tone. The PC and the plate foam both helped that. Once the plate was on it, time to snap in the switches. Once that was all done, it was time to install the pour-on gaskets onto the plate. I decided not to go with any case zone as I wanted to I wanted to keep sort of that like high-end clack, and I feel like the case foam would have just like removed all that. Unscrewing the case is pretty easy as all the screws are facing you. You don't need to flip the board out around at all, which is really nice. And as for the keycaps, man, I really like these keycaps. I actually really like how these ABS keycaps feel. They feel very different from PBT, and these are pretty high quality. I like keycaps from Akko quite a bit, and I really liked how these looks. And to be honest, yeah, I think the keyboard just looks super nice. I think this is probably one of the best looking keyboards that I've probably made. And yeah, the color scheme and the little accents, I really like the little yellow accents for the arrow keys. I like the yellow font for the keycaps. Everything just kind of fits really nicely. And so yeah, here's what you guys been waiting for. Here is the sound test. that's the Zoom65. I really like this keyboard. I think it's the best one that I've made so far. The gasket performance makes for a really nice bouncy typing experience, and it's definitely something that they've really kind of honed with their keyboards, and it's just solid all around. It's, you know, there's no weird, you know, squishy parts, or at least that I've noticed. There hasn't really been any inconsistencies with the gasket performance, and it's just a very nice typing feel. I really like the clack tone that I was able to get. I think the tone is just, it's super nice. It gets even better when you're typing on a wood surface that kind of resonates. I don't know, it just, there's something about it that just, it's super intoxicating, and I've been kind of using this as my daily driver at work, and it's been great. Now, yeah, this board though, at the end of the day, this board is amazing. I do think the main thing that kind of holds it back is really just due to the fact that it's basically never in stock, so trying to get one is very hard. You have to be really attentive to the group buys, and then even after that you have to wait a few months before you get it. So it's definitely not something like the Tofu 65 that you can just kind of go online and buy, and for that I think the Tofu kind of beats it out a little bit in terms of being able to, like, accessibility and being able to get one. But to be perfectly honest, if you can get a Zoom 65 or a 75 or the Zoom TKL, I highly recommend it. These are just fantastic keyboards. To be perfectly honest, I still want a Zoom 75. I would really like a higher quality 75 keyboard, and yeah, I would love to get a Zoom 75. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys enjoyed the build, and yeah, we'll see you guys on the next one.